girls. First, before we get going on our video today, I just wanted to say that you probably heard that school is now not going to be in session until May the 1st. And I don't know about you, but I was pretty disappointed by that. And if you're feeling disappointed, I understand. And if you're super excited, yay, be super excited. But either way, I think it's important that you remember we're doing this as a precaution and that we're all safe. And as long as we keep doing the things that we are supposed to do, then we will stay safe. And so it's not probably what any of us would choose, but hopefully if we have the right attitude, it's going to all be okay. Today our video, we're talking more about trapezoids. So more practice with trapezoids today. I hope that when you are practicing your assignment, you remember to use that formula. And I'm going to start by writing that down. Okay, this is just our practice page in the book. I'm going to do number 4 and number 6. Okay, and I'm going to start by writing that formula. Area equals 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times the height. Okay, so when I look at my trapezoid, remember the bases are the parallel sides. And this trapezoid is a little bit weird because the bases, the parallel sides, are actually not on what we think of as the bottom. And oftentimes we think of the base as the bottom. But the bases here are right here. Okay? Now, 2.5. You know, boys and girls, that fractions are not my favorite. And so if I can, I'm going to change that fraction. I'm going to change it into a decimal because it's going to be easier to use in my calculator, right? Okay, so 2.5 is the same as 2.5. Okay, so when I put that in my formula, I'm going to think of it as 2.5. Okay, and I'll write it right here just kind of so I don't forget. Okay, so I'm just going to start substituting things in, right? Here's both of my bases, and this shows me the height of my trapezoid. Okay, the height is the distance between both of the bases. Okay, so when I substitute that in, I'm going to have area equals 1/2. Base 1, we're going to use 2.5 plus base 2 is 5 times the height, the distance between the bases, is 10. Now, order of operations says we got to do what's in parentheses first. And 2.5 plus 5, I know that, that's 7.5. So now I have area equals 1/2 times 7.5 times 10. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it right in my calculator. Okay, so 1/2, that's just 0.5 times 7.5 times 10, which equals 37 5/10. And we're talking about inches squared. Okay? Now, one of the things that we're going to do differently today with trapezoids is instead of finding the area, we're going to have to find another missing value. And in question number 6, it actually asks us, instead of to find the area, it asks us what is the height. So I'm going to be solving for this part. Okay, all right, so reading that problem, boys and girls, it says, Brian cuts a piece of cardboard in the shape of a trapezoid. The area of the cutout is 43 5/10 square centimeters. If the bases are 6 centimeters and 8 5/10 centimeters long, what is the height of the trapezoid? Okay, so it's not asking me what is the area. This time it's asking me what is the height. Okay, so I'm going to have to solve for h this time. Okay, so let's see what important information I have here. Okay, the area of the cutout, so the area is 43 43 and 5/10 square centimeters. Okay, we know the bases are 6 centimeters, so bases are 6 centimeters and 8.5 centimeters. Okay, so now I'm just going to start plugging in information that I know. Okay, area was 43 and 5/10 centimeters. So 43 and 5/10 equals 1/2 times, one of my bases was 6, plus the other one of my bases is 8 and 5/10 times the height. That's the part I don't know, so I'm going to have to solve for h. Okay, so area of operation, or the area of operations. Order of operations says we do what's in parentheses first. So 6 plus 8.5, that's 14.5. So now I have 43.5 equals 1/2 times 14.5 times the height. Okay, so we've talked about what to do if we have a letter before, boys and girls. Do you remember that's called a variable? And we want to get that very unfriendly variable all by itself. Okay? Grace is laughing at me. We want to get that very unfriendly variable all by itself. So we need to get h all by itself. So right now, boys and girls, we need to get rid of this part. Right? So I'm going to do what this says first. That says 1/2 times 14.5. So I'm going to do 0.5 times 14.5, which is 7.25. Okay, so now I have 7.25 times h equals 43.5. Okay, and this, boys and girls, is a multiplication equation. And so to get rid of to undo multiply and get rid of what's with that letter, we use an inverse operation. And so to undo multiply, we're going to use divide. Okay, and we want to get rid of that 7.25, so we're going to divide both sides by 7.25. Okay, so 7.25 and 7 divided by 7.25, that's 1 h, or just h equals, I'm going to do this in my calculator. That says 43 and 5/10 divided by 7 and 25/100, which is 6. So my height in my trapezoid was equal to 6. Okay, I hope that helps. Miss Natalie and I will be calling you.